Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Vashon Brown. Business confidence has dipped to the lowest it has been in 5 years as the COVID-19 pandemic continues to take a toll on the economy. That's according to data released in the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce's Business and Consumer Confidence Indices today. Andrew Lately reports.
Business confidence reached a peak last year. But since the start of this year, companies have been expressing less confidence in the prospects for the economy. The onset of the COVID-19 pandemic has made things worse, with a majority of companies choosing to refrain from investing right now. While assessing the data from the survey, President of the Small Business Association of Jamaica, Hugh Johnson, says confidence would be higher if Jamaica had a digital currency.
But one area of disappointment for us is we look on the digital space, but we choose to neglect digital currency. BOJ is silent on it, the government is silent on it. Financial institutions have gone there, but in a piecemeal way that facilitates the interests of the institution and not really the greater population.
He argued that the need for digital currency is more important now given the COVID-19 pandemic.
But we have chosen to neglect digital currency as a way of heading there pretty fast. So private sector, as it relates to service providers, government agency, need to be able to look seriously there because we must institute ways to live with COVID. Because as far as we see, it's not going anywhere soon, and we must survive.
IDB country representative for Jamaica, Therese Turner-Jones, agrees, but she added that the supporting framework must be in place to facilitate that transition.
I think before we have a digital currency, though, I'd like to see a digital ID. Everybody knows that the IDB is working with the government on a national identification system. That's important on so many levels because there's so many people who are excluded from financial institutions. I mean, Tanya's response about, what is needed for access to finance, a lot of the hurdle is just determining who you are as a person. And we need a way to identify Hugh Johnson from Don Anderson that is irrefutable.
The business and consumer indices also showed that a significant number of consumers believe the state of the economy will worsen. Consumer optimism dipped as more Jamaicans indicated that they were concerned about the prospects for business recovery and, by extension, jobs and income. Andrew Lately, TVJ News.
The World Bank is reporting a more grim outlook for Caribbean economies. The World Bank says regional economies are now expected to contract by 7.9% compared to the 7.2% projection in June. The bank's latest report on the region's macroeconomic outlook reveals that among the hardest hit economies are those with a dependence on tourism. Guyana is the only country with an optimistic growth projection of 23.2% given its discovery of oil fields. Currency trading ended today with the US dollar selling for $146.04. The Canadian dollar sold for $111.98. The pound closed at $190.21, while the euro is going for $175.38. The JC Index gained 487 points today, while the Junior Market Index lost 10 points. Among the winners were Palace Amusement, T-Tech, Main Event Entertainment Group, G-West Corporation, and Cargo Handlers. On the losing side were Paramount Trading, Iron Rock Insurance, AMG Packaging and Paper, Knutsford Express, and Sygnus Credit Investments US dollar shares. And that's the Business Day. I'm Vashon Brown. Have a good evening.